This is before we added a twirl effect to
Right.
it. So this is just basically particles shooting off at super high speed from a shape that was tracked by you. It helps to rotate the particles as they spin off of the yo-yo.
Anything inside of the inside of that area is going to spin violently. Welcome to another behind the scenes. Today's episode is learning to yo-yo.
Oh boy. Here we go. Alright, your classic way of opening things.
Right, back in the day, just rip up the instructions and toss them aside.
Who cares? It's just the yo-yo you want.
Yeah. This is still pretty early on in our channel when we weren't 100% clear on, like, the format, I think.
Yeah, or how you're supposed to act. You don't even have,
I
like, the
don't
duct
even
tape
have
shoes.
my shoes. It's so weird not seeing those duct tape shoes
I know,
now.
they've become a staple of the channel.
Oh, hit myself by accident. No, I'm kidding. That was planned. That was a fake tooth.
We bought, like, a whole pack of teeth.
We used one. I had a plastic shell on my face. Oh. Right, so this moment here was interesting. A lot of people in the comments were debating if it was an actual mistake. But
Yeah, because it looks so real.
We're pretty proud of this because it was definitely 100% planned. We found a vase at Goodwill, probably something someone actually used to care about. We took some ashes from a fireplace, filled it up, and just knocked into it. And
Had you like swing it enough, like a dozen times until you hit it correctly?
The way it hit was so perfect though. Like it fell, it toppled sideways. Like this is the best we could have asked for. A little blurry though, unfortunately. With the
yeah, but that's a result of working in 24 frames per second back in the day.
Older camera. But yeah, no, this was it was such a good timing there.
I think. And then you say grandma under your breath.
Right, grandma.
I think that might be the first time you ever say something.
I think so, and I don't think we didn't really like the idea of the character speaking because it kind of didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Sweep her problems under the table.
Sweep grandma under the furniture, no big deal. What should you do next?
Right.
Aha, since you can't spin it yourself, you'll get a drill to spin it.
Yeah, this is as you can see, super simple story writing.
And what we're going for here is that the drill malfunctioned and started spinning it way faster than normal.
Right. SCP level speed.
But then the yo-yo is sort of malfunctioning too and just going faster and faster. And that was the whole gag, is like, you get it spinning, it starts spinning out of control, and for no reason goes faster and faster and faster. It's like burning red hot too.
Yeah. And it's funny because you don't really question, you don't go like, this is dumb, like why is the yo-yo going faster? All you know is the character is dealing with the character's dealing with this problem. And that's it.
Why does it break the scissors? Like, it has become such an anomaly at this point that it's capable of who knows what.
It's scary, and it's just terrifying.
But I think we're really happy with how this fire effect turned out.
So, unfortunately, because this is an older episode, we don't have a lot of archived elements to show, but we do have a scene, like a 3D scene here.
Yeah, and also some tests we rendered early on in our journey to try and make this look like it's
high speed
fire coming off of its sparks or whatever.
This is an earlier test. It feels more like it's
that looks
a sparkler, like a sparkler toy.
Sparkler toy, and then we moved on to whatever this is.
This was actually, I think, like an outer layer attempt or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's super weird. And then what's this one? This
is closer to what we ended up going with.
Yeah.
This is before we added a twirl effect to it. So this is just basically particles shooting off at super high speed from a shape that was tracked by you to match the yo-yo. When we emitted particles from that shape, rapidly.
And then we have the final kind of 3D scene here, which was the end result we went for, which really works. It's you had found a way to make it twirl.
Oops, here we go. What did I just do? There we go. Clicking the wrong button. Here we go. Show all.
Yeah.
So this thing is a twirl
physics
vortex thing, and it helps to rotate the particles as they spin off of the yo-yo.
Anything inside of that area is going to spin violently. And yeah, in the end, you kind of take that high-speed particle shooting out plus the twirl, and it works. And then, of course, later in After Effects, we added glow and fire effect to it and just made it blur and just feel correct.
Yeah, I have to play this every frame so that the simulation can still go, because it's still simulating at this point. We have it burst with a burst of particles every time
Right.
it starts to enter a new stage of velocity or whatever.
Character's uneased look. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, really happy with how that looks. It looks like a spinning wheel of fire.
Yeah, and earlier on, again, we're still learning every time. Every episode, we learn something new. Like we never knew how to do twirling fire before. Now we do. I love the sound design here too. You did a great job with just this subtly increasing.
Honestly, I think you did the sound design.
Oh, I did the sound. Did I?
I think you did.
Right. Okay. This is earlier on when we shared more of the editorial loads.
Yeah.
Before VFX took my life away. This is.
We had to come up with some way for the character to attempt to put it out.
Right.
Like,
right.
what could someone do that felt like a reasonable...
Oh, yeah, reasonable. And this is you were on the outside of the door with a big tube blowing bubbles into the toilet for this.
There's a tube here which we've removed.
Painted out, yeah.
But I am on the other side of this wall here,
Blowing bubbles into a toilet.
blowing bubbles into a toilet. But it helps satisfy that effect
yeah.
that it's
And then for some reason, dipping it in the toilet water angered it. Now it's like going high speeds than possible.
So we thought it would be cool to like dangle it in front of this giant source of
That
light.
was retarded.
Yeah, that was a bad choice.
So I made the decision to make like the opposite of light, which would be like a black hole.
Yeah, so we had to like, okay, how do we make the thing visible in this giant white
there we
light?
go. Another semblance of blood. Like early on, we were more bloody.
It's so funny. It's like, how does that even happen? Like, what is the yo-yo doing?
It's pulling really hard. It's forming gravity on its own strength, right?
I just like this episode for what the heck this thing is. Like
Yeah.
the crazy yo-yo.
And then, boom, hole in the ceiling. Super realistic. Yeah. Totally
Yeah,
real.
yeah. So this is I helped out with the visual effects on this one here, and he did the audio, and eventually we sort of swapped those roles because you're way better at the visual effects than I am.
Well, you know,
It's on fire.
I really think though there is some charm to this type of thing where it's just a simple thing that goes haywire.
Yeah, there's really no like our typical formula is like you want to do something, you want to accomplish a
And there's
task,
like
and
three
there's
steps
a
or
three stage gags.
Yeah.
And usually a climax of some sort. But in this one, it's just sort of attempt to do thing goes haywire, and
And you know what? To be fair,
ends.
those are fun to do, and I feel like with our new home, we will have the chance and opportunity to perhaps do some of these, right? Like,
yeah, I think more of those are coming.
Yeah, totally. That's so good.
Yeah, the cut there works really well.
Yeah, and the sound, the like metal clinking. I wonder if Thanos could have stopped this.
I know. It changes colors too. Like, what is happening?
You know what? You could argue it's an Infinity Stone.
It could be.
Okay.
Could be.
No.
This yo-yo made an appearance in the Pet Rock 2 episode.
Oh yeah.
We showed it in space. It was like bottom left corner. It was hard to see. A few people spotted it,
Yeah.
but it's out there currently.
Wait, did they really spot it?
I think so.
I don't remember anyone noticing it.
I remember
we made
some-
it, I think, too hard. I think from now on, if we make little things like that, it has to be like a little more obvious.
Sure. But it's out there in space, flying around,
Yeah.
and that's that.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us again. We hope you enjoyed this.
Yep. Take care.